Don't miss the Green and Growing Show in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Eagle TV. Ellis County Horticulture Agent Holly Dickman will identify common lawn and garden issues while providing up-to-date information. Watch weekdays in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Channel 14 or 614. Green and Growing, brought to you by Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40, and Eagle TV.
With our current weather conditions, it takes a real expert to create landscape that'll thrive. Riedel's Garden Center has the staff with the expertise of water requirements for plants, lawns, and landscapes that'll stand up to our changing weather conditions. With 25 years of hands-on experience, owner Darren Riedel will customize a landscape design and irrigation system to meet your expectations and our climate. It's recommended to protect your lawn using Fertilome products available at Riedel's Garden Center, an authorized dealer. Call or stop by Riedel's Garden Center today.
Well, summer is here, and this is the time of year when I start getting a lot of phone calls about things going wrong with plants, either insect problems or disease problems. And so today I wanted to talk just a little bit about a common disease issue that we see on tomatoes. And with the weather we've had this year with more moisture, I'd expect to maybe see this in a little more, having this occur a little bit more this year than in others. But that's some leaf spot diseases, fungal diseases that occur on tomato plants. Now these tomato plants are still fairly young, and if you have plants like this in your garden, you want to go out and just keep an eye on them. One thing you want to look for is down at the base of the plant, and look for some discoloration. There's two fungal diseases. Fortunately, these do not have it at this time, but there's two fungal diseases that can start on tomato plants down at the base. One's called early blight and the other one's called Septoria leaf spot. Septoria leaf spot is usually just some brown spotting on the leaves, and then early blight is more of a brown spot with concentric rings, more of a target-like pattern. And this actually starts down at the base of the plant and works its way up, and it causes those leaves to turn brown, yellow, just discolored, and then sometimes they'll even get to the point where they just drop off of the plant. And as you could maybe imagine, that would weaken the plant and decrease yields and things like that. So some of the ways to help prevent some of those fungal diseases from occurring, one is to have good air circulation. So getting those tomato plants up off the ground with some sort of cage like this, or stakes, something to help hold that foliage up so the air can move through that plant a little bit easier. The other thing you can do is mulch. Mulch is really a great thing to do for your tomatoes anyway, for other reasons, but the fungus that causes these diseases is actually in the soil. And so when we have raindrops or when you're watering, that soil splashes up on those lower leaves. And if the conditions are right, that's how that fungus gets started. So if you have mulch there, that helps to prevent some of that splashing of that soil back onto those leaves, and that can help maybe lower your risk of having that disease. Now some years you can do mulch, you can water on the ground, you can cage, you can do everything correctly and still have an issue with some of these fungal leaf spot diseases if we have the right weather conditions. And so in that case, like I mentioned, be vigilant about just scouting your plants, look for issues with those diseases. If you see any signs of them, then you want to go ahead and use a fungicide as a preventative to keep that disease from then taking over the entire plant. There are different fungicides on the market. An example of a chemical that is commonly used is one called chlorothalonil. You can find that in a product called Daconil, for example, but it's in other brand names as well. So if you do see the disease, go ahead and consider treating that. As we have this humid, wet weather that we've been experiencing, you may continue to have that problem throughout the summer. If you have questions about leaf spot diseases on tomatoes or other tomato or garden pests or problems, contact your local extension office for more information. Reporting for K-State Research and Extension and Eagle TV, I'm Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Extension Agent.
Don't miss the Green and Growing Show in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Eagle TV. Ellis County Horticulture Agent Holly Dickman will identify common lawn and garden issues while providing up-to-date information. Watch weekdays in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Channel 14 or 614. Green and Growing, brought to you by Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40, and Eagle TV.
With our current weather conditions, it takes a real expert to create landscape that'll thrive. Riedel's Garden Center has the staff with the expertise of water requirements for plants, lawns, and landscapes that'll stand up to our changing weather conditions. With 25 years of hands-on experience, owner Darren Riedel will customize a landscape design and irrigation system to meet your expectations and our climate. It's recommended to protect your lawn using Fertilome products available at Riedel's Garden Center, an authorized dealer. Call or stop by Riedel's Garden Center today.